Hey friend, it's Jackie from So Bright Creations, and today I'm going to show you how we tiled this floor in our bathroom. Now, I have to say, this was the hardest part of this project. This was my first time tiling, never mind tiling a shower, never mind tiling the floor of a shower, which needs to be sloped for the water to drain properly. My dad helped me with this project. We learned a lot of things. If you do it, I hope it turns out a little bit nicer than ours. But I wanted to share our experience with you because we learned a lot through it and hopefully you can learn from it too. Major disclaimer here, we are not experts. I am not an expert. This is my first time doing this. I'm simply sharing my experience with you in hopes that it will help you learn something as well. So take that with a grain of salt and let's get going.
This is what we started with, a concrete floor in the basement. Okay, so first step is to build this shower pan here. So we're gonna do the sill. And what's this called again?
Sill plate foam.
So we're gonna put this down between the concrete and the wood, and we're gonna put some silicone down there too. So the shiny side goes down, and then we just put a bunch of silicone in here, probably extra, and then we're gonna put this wood sill.
Yeah, and this sill plate foam is there's quite a few different kinds. Most of them don't have a shiny side. This one has. Most of them are just the same on both sides. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so pretty close. Never hit a board with a level on top. Big mistake. Okay, let's try and go down there a little bit.
Does that side go up when you do it?
Maybe we're on that flooring just a little bit. We should check if the level this way.
Okay, so we need to, this pipe down here, it was a lot higher and we needed to cut it down. So we've cut it down once and we're gonna trim it one more time, and this is what we're using.
Rotary cutting tool with a cutting disc on it, and we're having to go inside the pipe and cut around from the inside because we can't get on the outside of the pipe.
Okay, we've got our Schluter Kerdi drain kit. We got it from Smithers Lumberyard, our local building supplies store. We glued it into place last night, and now we're gonna start with the mortar and putting it around the drain. Next, we'll put it around the edge and then work on that slope. So great, say hi.
Hi guys. So happy to be here.
So this is what we've done today. We put this sill on, and then we had to trim the pipe down in order for this drain system to fit on. And then we're gonna do our mortar base from the top of this 2x4 to here, and that is gonna be sloped down.
Glue the shower kit pan, holds the grate into the existing plumbing right now. So we're going to use ABS pipe, black pipe. We're going to use ABS glue, which happens to be yellow. Put a liberal amount on the pipe itself, and then a liberal amount on the insert fitting. 4 or 5 times around. Make sure you got it all. And I've got my arrows here, which I predetermined when I did my dry fit. So I'm gonna put that on, and then about a quarter half turn, put it on, check for level. Gonna dries quickly. You gotta work pretty fast with this. Just gonna hold it there, pretty good. Pretty good there. There we go. We're done. We'll give that some time to dry.
And this is the kit that we're using. It's a Schluter Kerdi drain kit, and we got this at our local building supply store, Smithers Lumberyard. We started with a bit of a wetter mortar mixture, more wet compared to what we did for the mortar base, and we just put it underneath the drain and then started from the outside and worked our way around with the other part. It took us a few tries to get the right consistency with the mortar, but basically you want it to be like a wet sand where you can pack it all together, like think about making a sand castle. We used a paint mixer on the end of a corded drill to mix it up, and it worked good. After the mortar has set, then you can move on to the waterproof liner.
Always want to make sure that you dry fit first. So you can see how we've cut it out on the corners here so that it fits, and we're going to be putting in corner pieces too. And then we cut the center part out as well. So we dry fit it, and then we're going to mix up the thin set mortar to put underneath to secure it and essentially glue it all together.
I guess I didn't film this part. Oops. As you can see, we applied the thin set mortar, and now we're ready to put the waterproof membrane on. Took us a little bit to get the hang of it, but this is when it's all done. We used the Schluter Kerdi membrane system, as you can see, and for all the seams we overlapped them 2 inches, and basically you just use the mortar as a glue to put it all together. On to tile. Now put more mortar down and more tile, and I have to admit I thought these small square tiles would be easier to do than the bigger ones, but they were actually more challenging. They move around quite a bit, so keep that in mind when you're picking your tile. However, we did pick the smaller ones because it is easier for making your floor slope, less cuts. And I'm not sure what happened to the grouting video of the floor, but here I am doing the bottom of the tile walls. I use white on the walls, gray on the floor. You can see there's slight variations in the color in the gray, and I think this might be from the white that got onto it and I didn't quite get it all cleaned out, but I'm not sure. If you've seen variation like this, let me know. Anyways, I used the Schluter grout and it worked great. I also used some of the floor tile in the soap nook, and I love how it turned out. What do you think? I gotta say, I'm pretty proud. This is the first thing I've ever tiled, and it was a shower. So it's not 100%, but it's 100% better than my last one, which was non-existent. Thanks for watching, friend. I hope you learned something. Let me know if you did, or let me know if you saw something that is like major no that you wouldn't do, or if there's something that you would do different. I would love to hear it in the comments. For the day-to-day DIYs, you can check us out at So Bright Creations on Instagram, and that's SEW, So Bright Creations. Bye, friend.